With every baseball film that has been released, it has produced the best athletes of all time, fictionally, that is. And with that, three managers will get the ultimate opportunity to draft their team on the field of dreams. So tonight, we welcome you to an exclusive spectacle showing heart, determination, and also delivering how heartless some people can be. Tonight, we welcome you to the 2024 Baseball Movie Drafts. This is a Comic Talkers production, and you are listening to Just for Flix. What's going on? It's your boy, Patty B. With me, as always, is Mr. B-Dog, Mr. Brandon. How we doing tonight, man?
You know what? I brought my bats and balls. I'm ready to go into this baseball player draft. This is a fun, exciting story to do, or fun draft we're going to be getting into. It's not just movies we're drafting particular characters. But we couldn't do this without a guest. So, Pat, why don't you introduce our guest?
Oh, we have a special guest, and he is special in all aspects, is my good friend and yours, Mr. Great Diggity Dane. What's going on, Dane? How you doing tonight, man?
What's up, guys? What's up? Glad to be here. First time seeing this and first time gonna draft this.
So the purpose of today, we're going to be drafting our fictional baseball teams. We've all kind of come up with rosters and what we're doing, but it's draft. So whenever they're off the board, they're off the board, meaning nobody else can pick them. Nobody else can do it. We're going to start off by picking managers first. And then pretty much every position after that is free game. You can choose a third baseman. You can choose an outfielder first. You choose a pitcher or relief. Really does not matter. The goal is to draft a 15-man team, including the manager in that 15. And after it, we'll kind of compare the teams or who else we were thinking about picking. How we're going to determine spots, we figured we'd do it live right here. We're going to go through a D20 app. So Dane's die will roll first. Patrick's will go second. I will go third. Wherever we roll, the highest number gets to pick where they want to do. This is a snake draft. So choose first. Might not get another pick till pick 6, so let's just keep going. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my die up here. So Dane's right now, I'm going to roll it. You got a 1.
That's not fair.
Does that mean he's going first or no?
No, I'll roll it again just for. Okay, ready?
If it goes to 2, I'm gonna be
5. Patrick's 13. Mine 3. All right. So
clear about the manager. I have to draft a manager
first. Yeah, that was what goes first.
So since Pat has the highest number, he gets to choose where he wants to place himself in the draft.
I would like to be third pick in the first round.
Okay. So you'll have back-to-back picks from third to second round. Dane, you have the second. Which one would you prefer, first or second?
If you ain't first, you're last.
Okay, so I guess so. Dane is on the clock.
I'm gonna go with Lou Brown.
There you go.
From Major League?
Sir.
Solid pick.
Okay. I would really like to get the manager I know Pat wants now.
You can go for it, man. That's part of the draft.
I'm going with the one I do want. I gotta stick with my Angel roots. I'm going with George Knox.
Ooh, okay. I knew that was gonna happen too, man. So I get 2 picks back to back, right?
Yeah. So you'll get the first manager and then get into the first position.
With my first pick, which is my manager, I'm gonna go with Jimmy Dugan from League of Their Own. And with my second pick, relief pitcher from Major League, Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn.
That is not fair.
You wanted to go first, buddy.
Because he chose third.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with my outfielder. I'm going to take T-Rex Pennebaker from Mr. 30,000.
I thought about that too last night when I was making my list. It's a good pick right there.
All right, so Dane's
With
got
my
that.
first pick, I'm gonna go with the catcher from A League of Their Own, Dottie Hudson.
Gosh,
That's a
darn
steal. I don't know how she didn't go one or two.
Right there, man.
100% a steal.
Gosh darn it, that was actually one of them. I was like, okay, think next. But all right. So you got another pick.
With my next pick, I'm gonna go. Where did he go? Perfect. I'll go with my next pick is gonna be Mr. 3000, designated hitter, first baseman, Stan Ross.
Oh,
I hate
now
you so much, man.
just to clarify, you're putting him as a DH, or are you putting him as a first baseman?
Designated hitter, Mr.
Designated.
3000.
All right. um.
To
Okay.
be
So
fair, I did warn you I was here to mess up your drafts.
I'm gonna go with my shortstop. I'm shocked that this guy has not been picked up yet either. Benny the Jet Rodriguez from the Sandlot is
That's
going.
good.
It was a close one. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. So that is up to me right now, right?
Yep.
I am gonna go with another. Actually, I'm gonna go with my another starting pitcher. His name is Billy Chappell. He is from For the Love of the Game.
There we go. Okay. Okay. So now you got another pick, Mister.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draft my first outfielder. Her name is May Morbido.
Wow.
League of Their Own.
A good one.
Their own. Yeah. There you go. Okay. I'm going to go with my first pitcher. I'm going to take Mel Clark off the board. He goes in the outfield.
I was just looking
That's
at
a
that.
risky pick. Do you think he would actually be beneficial to your team?
He's a
Just because,
veteran. Okay, Billy Chappell's kind of the same thing.
yeah, but he has a 20-year career and he pitches.
Mel Clark has the veteran experience. And not only that, even though him and Knox don't always get along, they do love each other near the end of the movie. And you know what? It's because they gave him that confidence to be a better pitcher. So I'm going with Mel Clark. So, all right. And he makes one of the biggest plays in the game, in the whole movie. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, that's my that's my next pick. So let's turn it over to Dane for back to back.
For my back-to-back picks, I'm going classic, both from the same movie, to be clear.
Okay.
I'm going the Sandlot, outfield, Michael Squints. Can't pronounce his last name.
Heliodorus.
Sure. And then for my third baseman, I'm going Allen. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
McLennan.
Yeah.
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 I'm a Sandlot kid. I'm sorry. They were the best out there.
I'm going to take my third baseman. I don't think I'm kind of like scared if I leave him for a couple more rounds. I want a heavy team. I want heavy hitters. I'm going to go with Ray Mitchell from Angels in the outfield.
Nice.
So, okay. So, it's Patrick's turn.
All right. I am gonna go with my second starting pitcher. I'm gonna go with Henry Rowan-Gardner from Rookie of the Year.
You tell me I'm risky.
Got that arm, man.
Yeah, but he loses at the end of the season.
Oh, you're fine. No, he gets me through the season. And then also with that, I am gonna take another heavy hitter, a second baseman. I'm gonna go with Marla Hooch.
All right, so it's gonna be my next pick.
I had to get her, man.
So, okay, so screw it. This is what I'm gonna do.
There are no friends made on draft day.
I'm
remember.
shocked. I'll put it this way: I'm shocked Patrick has not chose this guy yet.
Oh man, I'm nervous then.
I'm going with another outfielder. Wesley Snipes, Willie Mays Hayes.
Ooh.
lead off.
You know, I didn't even have him on my list. I'll be honest with you. I thought about it when we were talking about doing this draft.
I
And
need a
just never got
speedster.
around to it.
He can get on base. He can sit there and steal if I need it. So
Mhm.
I'm going to go with that. Him and Benny are two fast runners. So at this point, I got a good lineup so far on that end. So let's turn it over to Dane for back to back.
Back to back stuff's getting tough. All righty.
This is back to back picks, man.
All right. So for my first pick of my two, I am going to go with pitcher from Bad News Bears, Joey Turner.
You go.
Okay.
Now, are you putting him as a
my starting pitcher? Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to confirm.
Then for my next starting pitcher, I just saw the movie down there. Talent for the game. I'm going Sammy Bodine.
Mhm.
Has he been taken?
No, he has not. You're good. Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
So,
Missing out.
you know, screw it, because catcher's still available, and he's probably one of the best catchers out here. I'm going with Crash Davis from Bull Durham.
Okay.
So he's analytical. He'll be able to do stuff, and you know some of these guys will be good with them. So
You know, I've had a lot of thought about this. I'm going to be taking a veteran in the game. He is a catcher. He will talk you through it. His name is Jake Taylor. He is from Major League. Jake Taylor. And then with my second pick, let's see. Man, this starts to get a little
it gets harder when she
challenging towards the end, man, or towards the middle of it. You're trying to find. It's like, do I want to risk them getting taken, or do I want to pick who I want to pick? I just need to get it done now. I'm gonna go with a. I'm gonna go with a outfielder by the name of Roy Hobbs from the Natural.
Not him.
Since they're two different characters, I'll take them. Outfielder. I'm gonna use my last outfielder from the one movie I cannot stand.
I knew this was happening.
Bobby Rayburn's off the list. I'm taking Bobby Rayburn as my last
You
outfielder.
got two Wesley Snipes out in the field.
Hey, you know what? He's a speedster and a power hitter.
Hey, you should call them the Snipers.
Exactly.
Dude, that'd be their nickname on the team right there.
All right. So we're gonna turn it to Dane for back to back.
I had someone. I just lost where I had him on this. Where did he go? My apologies. Give me 1 second. What about this?
I can't do the higher pitch stuff. I would.
Oh, there they were. All righty. So for my relief pitcher, one of them, I'm going to go with bench warmers, Gus Matthews.
Really want to force him as a pitcher.
I can't hear you over all the complaints.
I said I was looking at that doing what was it? I was looking at him for my DH.
I was too.
I got Stan Ross, so I was good with him being my relief pitcher and being in my lineup still.
Dude, I took two off. You actually taken three off of my list that I wanted. So,
and for my last one, I had to partner him up. So I'm going to go with my second outfielder being Clark Reedy.
Frisbee.
See, I'm more about my designated hitters playing multiple positions. I don't care about defense. I'm all about the points. I want 3,000.
Okay.
All right. I'm shocked this guy hasn't gone on the board. I'm taking my other starting pitcher. I'm going with Steve Nebraska.
Ooh, that's a dude.
He was right there next to Gus. And I thought about going him, both those for pitchers, but I wanted to get my nice, funny outfield.
Bum, 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 bum. I'm in a lot of trouble. Let's see here. I got 2 picks, right? This is my
Yep.
turn.
Yep.
It's my time to shine. As I would say, my relief pitcher. Since you guys are just pitchers, seem to be the hardest, the first ones going. It seems like that's what wins games. I think solid defense. I'm gonna go with Kit Keller as my last relief pitcher from a league of their own.
I hate you, Pat. I hate you.
You're the worst person.
That was actually going to be my next pick if you didn't go for her.
Now that pitchers are off the table, I'm gonna go. Let's see what we got left.
You have a DH, a first base, third, shortstop, and outfielder.
I'm gonna go with first baseman Pedro Serrano.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was an outfielder.
No, he's a DH and a first baseman.
All right.
I could have sworn. Now you're making me second guess. I could have
I
sworn.
thought he was outfield.
Let me see.
I have him Miller as an outfielder.
Do you? I had him as a first baseman. Let me see what I put on my draft. Controversy.
This ain't no Scott Hatterberg thing.
No, you know what? No. I will take that back. I'll take him off.
This ain't no Scott Hatterberg thing. You ain't training him at first. Come on now.
All right. Hey, I'll take Pedro Serrano still on the board for everyone. I will take. I'm gonna take third baseman. I'm gonna take Roger Dorn from Major League.
Good luck trying to train him to pick up a ball.
Yeah, well, he golfs.
I'm going with relief pitcher. Since he took Kit Keller, I guess I'm going to take one of the relief pitchers. I'm taking Betty Spaghetti Horn from Sorry, Dane. I don't care. I need some relief pitchers.
Slash your tires. Alrighty.
So it's Dane's pick here, right?
I got 2 of them. So for my next pick, I'm gonna go outfielder for Major Leagues 2, Izuro Taktika. That is how am I saying that correctly?
Let me
Tanaka.
Tanaka.
Yeah. Interesting pick right there.
I need someone to run for my kids.
He's crazy enough.
That's why I chose him. Okay. Give me a second because my relief pitcher just got stolen from me. Didn't think I had to worry about that. What do I need here?
Don't make me put that Jeopardy music back on. So we'll.
Alrighty. I think I got this one here. I'm gonna go with my shortstop from the Bad News Bears, Tanner Boyle.
Tanner Boyle. Yep.
I'm pretty sure I know someone wanted that.
No,
That was gonna be my next pick, to be honest with you. I needed that shortstop.
Oh, that's good because I was waiting till the next round to take him, thinking he was gonna slide under.
Let's see here. I'm toying.
Gotta find my relief.
What if you can't find another shortstop?
There we go. Now I'm thinking, holy crap. You know what? I'm gonna go with my other relief pitcher. I'm gonna get my pitchers off the board. He's usually a starting pitcher, but I kind of want him down as a relief. I'm going with Whit Bass.
Ooh, okay.
Angels in the outfield.
Angels in the outfield.
I like him, but he's a dumbass pitcher. sometimes. So putting him down as a relief pitcher under somebody like Mel and Steve, I think they'll be good. So yeah, that's going to be my next pick. So we're turning it over to Pat.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
I get 4 minutes total for both of these picks, so I don't want to hear that.
Boo.
Oh, it's weird because when I was like 20 seconds into mine, I heard it.
Well, that's how we treat guests on the program.
Wow.
Oh, I see. That's how we treat guests, huh?
Oh, man. Okay. Well, for my outfielder, my last outfielder, I am gonna go with Pedro Serrano.
Oh,
Already
if
chose
you
him.
take him off and then you put him back on anyway. You're like, I guess I'm going to go with him.
I already chose him.
No, you didn't. Get out of here with that. And then I guess I should probably let's see what I got. My DH. Took off Stan Ross. I can use any player uh, as a DH, correct, Brandon?
You can use any player. It's not.
Okay.
It's not-
I am gonna go with Hamilton Ham Porter from the Sandlot.
God. I'm shocked you
I'm gonna
didn't want.
send you a gift. I'll make sure the delivery guy actually lights it.
That's a solid DH pick, I think. You know, I mean, he hits a bomb. He hits some bombs. He's the
So-
great Bambino. Well, he thinks he is at least.
So you know what? Screw it. Since he's still on the board, I'm also going to go with Major League 2 for my DH. I'm going with Jack Parkman.
Okay.
Gets me another good hitter. You know what? I got some great hitters on my team. So, all right. So we go over to Dane.
Back-to-back picks for Dane.
I have back-to-back picks. That is correct.
It looks like is Dane doing his last 2 picks?
I have a relief pitcher, a first baseman, and a second baseman.
I have
I
the
got a-
same thing.
I got a first baseman and a shortstop. I need.
Yeah.
you-
And then I have I have 2
and
positions.
we have
first and a second.
picks going back that way. So for my last relief pitcher, sorry, I'm not writing down these names. Did my young man Henry from Rookie of the Year get taken?
Yes, he did. He's on Patrick's team.
My
I
starting
hate you.
pitcher.
Well, my second relief then, because I was prepared for this, will be his teacher, Chet
Stedman.
Stedman. I was content with either one of them, but I really wanted the kid. I thought he slid.
Busey, huh? With his broken arm.
Have you seen my other pictures? I'm not worried.
This is Gary Busey before the motorcycle accident.
Nope, can't claim that. Can't claim any of that.
It is.
I
This is
claim all your players when they were born. Then they're children.
Post Point Break, Gary Busey.
And then for my first baseman, I'm gonna stick to the same movie and go Okie.
There we go.
Ooh, shaking my boots.
Rookie of the Year. Okie.
So I'm going to keep mine short and simple. I'm not even going to use my 2 minutes. I'm shocked he's still on the board. Probably you guys have never watched this movie. I'm going with Little Big League. I'm going with Lou Collins as my first baseman. He is a utility player. He can play every position, and he's a leader. And with him and Crash Davis, I think they'll work together well. So Lou Collins is off the board.
Wasn't even on my board.
Well, I guess with my final 2 picks, I am gonna go for a first baseman, and her name is Helen Haley from League of Their Own.
There we go. Okay. You
And I
said
got my-
Haley, you said?
Helen Haley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your last pick with shortstop.
The shortstop. You guys are just not making this easy on the board, aren't you? Not making it easy.
To be fair, 30 minutes ago I told you my intent here was to make your draft.
Man, dude, to think that I am gonna have an infield based on League of Their Own characters and one major league character. It just baffles me. But I have a solid outfield. I'm gonna go with shortstop. Well, I guess she's a utility player. Shortstop and pitcher, Ellen Sue Gotlander
I
from
hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I was gonna convert her to be a second baseman.
Oh, we can choose the base players to go anywhere?
You can.
Well, now I know that. At the last pick.
Well, Ellen Sue's a utility player. She's all over the place. She can play second, she plays short, she can play pitcher.
Okay, well, on our list, she is put as short and relief pitcher.
That's what she's known to play more in the movie. Now I gotta think who I'm
Pop
going to
2 tires now.
pop 2 times.
He's gonna come out of work and you'll be like, what happened?
Brandon, the final pick.
No, Dane's got one more, but we got the same picks. We got second basemans.
Just really hoping he's not looking at mine.
Oh, I hate this pick of all positions.
What are you looking for, Brandon?
I got a second baseman I'm looking for, and so is Dane.
Oh yeah, I was just-
Can I make
I'm
my
toying
pick
with
before
me.
him because he takes forever?
I'm toying with Weeks from The Sandlot,
yeah, I was just looking at that.
but I'm probably, you know what? No, I want a utility player. Give me Mickey Scales from League of Their Own.
Okay.
Okay, I will take Mickey Scales.
Mickey Scales, what team was she on?
Mickey Scales is on the Minnesota Twins in League of the or Little Big League.
Oh, okay, yeah, you said League of Their Own.
No,
I said
sorry,
League of Their
Little
Own.
Big League. Yeah, Little Big.
Completely confusing us all here.
Yeah, Little Big League.
You made the list and can't even read it.
Hey, you know what?
Hey,
The friend is just out.
You don't bash the hosts on here. We get to bash the guests, okay?
Oh, that wasn't in the rules. I can show you the rules.
Literally, you can put your feet in some ice because you need to cool your heels. All right.
All right. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. For the last and the most stacked team, just because I can hit dingers, is going to be second baseman from Rookie of the Year, Squars. Is that how you say it? What is this?
Suarez.
Suarez. Sorry. Thank you.
All right.
I
So
decided to go with major leaguers in my infield.
So here's what Dane's got. I'm going to read off the list what I have here for him. Lou Brown is his manager. Joey Turner, Sammy Bodier, Gus Matthews, Chet Stedman, Stan Ross, Dottie Hinson, Oki, Suarez, Yagins, Tanner Boyle, Squints, Clark Reedy, and Isaro Tanaka. What was
That's
it?
correct.
That sounds like a Lou Brown team right there, buddy.
Yeah, that sounds like they're
My
gonna be-
manager. I
Probably
drafted
just
my
like
team
that.
for my manager. You guys draft your team for you. Your managers can't manage your team. Come on.
Hey, George Knox can. He'd be proud of this team.
Would not.
Hopefully. Patrick, he's got Jimmy Dugan from League of Their Own as his manager. He's got Billy Chappell, Henry Rowan-Gardner, Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn, and Kit Keller as their pitchers. Ham.
Solid crew, by the way. Let's just say those are four.
I think I can beat you, buddy. I think
Huh?
I got you beat.
Really? Okay.
I'll go over mine here in a second. I got Jake. You got Jake Taylor,
Yep.
Helen Hayes, Helen Haley. Sorry, my apologies.
As first baseman. Yeah.
Marla Hooch, Roger Dorn, Ellen Sue, May from League of Their Own, Pedro Serrano, and Roy Hobbs. My team, I had George Knox as my manager, Mel Clark and Steve Nebraska as my two pitchers. My relief pitchers are Betty Spaghetti and Whit Bass. DH is Jack Parkman.
Weird way to say that.
Yeah, Whit Bass. Yeah, he's an
Betty
idiot.
Spaghetti.
Yeah,
Whit Bass.
Betty Spaghetti.
With bass.
Crash Davis, Lou Collins, Mickey Scales, Ray Mitchell, Benny the Jet Rodriguez, Rex T-Rex Pennebaker, Willie Mays Hayes, and Bobby Rayburn.
I feel like he said his team way more excitingly than ours.
Well,
Even though ours are better.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was shocked Mays was still on the list. I was shocked Rodriguez made it to the second round. I was shocked on a couple of them. I was like, wow.
I'm just saying, my team's hitting home runs every time they come to bat. I ain't getting on base.
What was your Brandon? What was your pitching core again?
Mel Clark, Steve Nebraska, Betty Spaghetti, and Whit Bass.
You think Betty Spaghetti and Whit Bass are better than Ricky Vaughn and Kit Keller?
Spaghetti is better than Keller.
Hmm.
Keller
Okay.
gets thrown out, and who takes her
That's
spot? Spaghetti
weird.
does.
What's that?
He gets kicked out of the game and traded. So at
I
this,
mean, you'll admit though, Ricky Vaughn is better than Whit Bass.
oh, I'm not going to deny that part, but hey, at least Whit Bass had a starting position.
Dane, who is your pitching crew?
I'm not proud of my pitching crew as I look at it now.
Joey Turner, Sammy
Yep.
Bodier, Gus Matthews, and Chet Steadman
Gus Matthews and Chet Steadman as your pitchers.
as the
They're my
relief.
relief pitchers.
Who was your other pitchers again? Joey Turner?
Joey
Joey Turner.
Turner. Sammy Bo-
Joe Turner's from what movie again?
Bad News Bears? No,
Bad
right?
News Bears.
Yeah, you're gonna be losing a lot of games there, Dan.
Like I said, I'm going for home runs.
Hey,
Ooh.
he's
My
hiding
whole
his-
team hits him.
He's hiding his talent. He wants to hide it and then wait till they come out. And here comes Gus Matthews or Chet Steadman.
Exactly. That's why my reliefs were those ones. And yes,
No.
it's Chet before the injury. I don't want to hear this nonsense.
You're one of those 2K guys that sit there and you put up all your rosters like, oh, there's 70 players. We got this. And all of a sudden you look at his bench, it's like 95, 96, 97, 98. And you wait like 2 minutes and then you put in all your star players. Like, I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Your team's going to get exhausted running out there. My team's going to be well rested, finish the game strong. Last I checked, it's not how you start, it's how you
How you
finish.
finish, yeah. It's
Yeah.
true. Those are words to live by.
Yeah. and then,
Exactly.
like, I'll admit, like, that's what I said. I think, what was it? I think we all got good pitching cores. I was shocked on that end. It was DH, though. I'm not going to lie, Pat. Why'd you put Ham at DH?
I don't know, man. I feel like I didn't have a lot of options at that point. I felt kind of
Well, you could have. I was thinking.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know why Dottie wasn't the first pick.
I was,
She plays everywhere.
I toyed with it because it was one of those
on my
like
list.
I was like, okay, do I do it or just kind of wait around and see where it goes? And I was
Dude.
just like, because she was going to be my first pick originally.
I'm surprised she wasn't one. I'm being dead ass. Sorry.
Yeah.
Should have been the first overall pick. I was
really-
looking at this whole. I'm like, there's no one on this team that can play the outfield, the infield, catcher, pitcher, hit dingers. Is humble, doesn't care, lives her life. Come
I kinda-
on.
Well, I figured that's who Pat.
It
was
is a
gonna
solid
do.
pick.
That's what I'm saying. I was sitting. I was like, okay, Pat took the third. I'll take one. I'm gonna swing it and see what I'm gonna play with.
And then, but that's why I said, like, I think for me, I kind of played with it because I was going to go for a couple of League of Their Own players. One of them was Marla Hooch. I wanted her. I figured she's a good second baseman. She's a good hitter.
Solid hitter.
And then he took it. I was like, damn it. And then I sat there and I was looking, okay, I'm going to go for Kit Keller. And then he chooses it still. I'm like, you fucker. Yeah.
That's what makes these drafts fun, though, man. You have a game plan set for it, but
You want me to?
the game plan's not going to go as it should.
I'm shocked that Steve Nebraska didn't go first couple rounds because he is a
You know,
good.
I had him on my list. I for sure had him on my list. If that's why Kit Keller was actually kind of like a last minute decision.
But see, like how Dane feels about Dottie is how I felt about Benny the Jet.
Yeah.
I was shocked he did not go first couple rounds, or he went the second round for me, like player wise. But still, I was shocked he was still on the board. I was like, okay,
To be like I said, he was I went Stan Ross.
Yeah.
He was right there next to him, but I was like, I want hitting the fences. I want home runs.
I was my main focus coming into this draft was getting my pitchers taken care of. I know I did my first pick for Ricky Vaughn, which I know that's kind of a sketchy pick. I don't know.
He was in the third round for me. He wasn't going to be in the first two for me. I'm sorry. Yeah, there was two. I went for the movies I saw and I watched a lot of, so that's where where my team is kind of went through. But I was just like, yeah, he's a third rounder for me
think
out of the list here.
another steal, at least on my end, that I'm surprised she kind of went longer than she did was May Mortavito from League of Their Own.
May you had like in second or third round, bud.
What's that?
I would have put her in fifth or sixth.
Really?
I'd put her up high.
Dottie Hinson, like Dane said, is a #1 pick. I mean, realistically, looking back on my draft, I definitely should.
Look who's saying that, fans, because he's the one that had the chance to get her first pick.
So what happens though? I mean, look at
The draft. He had a plan. I'm gonna say he did his plan. I just stuck to the movies I watched. I'm just gonna sit here and say I think everyone watching this is gonna wonder why you don't take the commander of the field, the center. calls the ball, says everything. She does it all too. That was a hard pass for me. Like I just couldn't understand. It goes to Brandon too. Brandon passed on him too, seeing her sitting right there.
Because I figured T-Rex was going to be one on that was going to go quick. So that's why I was like, I kind of want to build my outfit.
Possible. But I just go like straight pure talent on this list. I had to go. I just did. Yeah.
I should have went with Ben. I almost just went with Benny first because I feared that you were going to pick him, Dane. So I was just like, okay, do I just go with Benny now? But then I was kind of like, I'll take a chance because Brex is a good ball player. I figure I'll take an outfielder. That's always been my weakness anyway. I need some good arms. But that's why I said that one. I'm shocked Crash Davis went down far because Crash Davis is analytical. So he knows those guys. And I'm shocked. The one pitcher I'm shocked did not go was Nuke from Bull Durham.
Yeah.
I looked at it.
Too.
Looked at it.
Yeah.
It's funny too because Dane put Gus Matthews. I was just thinking about this. Dane put Gus Matthews as your pitcher, right? I actually had him down as my DH. I thought he was a solid DH player more than a pitcher.
You're missing where I was drafting players that hit hard, and I just needed him in a position. My designated hitter was Stan Ross, just because pure name of Mr. 3000.
Yeah.
And then if you look at the rest of my team, a lot of them are hitters.
999.
Yeah, it's still Mr. 3000.
And Tanaka is going to be one of those guys. If you guys ever watch Major League 2, he sits there, gets on top of the bleachers, and sits there and just waits for a catch. And
I was going to say, I was really surprised Tanaka dropped so far for an outfielder.
Tanaka was not one I was looking at. I was shocked Willie Mays Hayes went down far. I was just like, he is a speedster. I don't care about his batting and stuff, but if he can get on base, that sucker can run, and having somebody like Lou or Ray or Benny or anybody who can hit, that's a dangerous combo because that guy can run the bases like nothing. So
I have a question too, Brandon. I guess I'll ask both of you. I'll ask Brandon first. For your 3 outfielders, now that we're just kind of spitballing here, what positions would you put those outfielders at?
Oh,
I'd probably put Willie Mays Hayes at center field. Yeah. He's a speedster. I figure he can get up and down that field quicker than any of the other two. Rayburn would be my right fielder. Pennebaker would be my left.
Okay.
Squints would be my right fielder. Tanaka would be my center, and Clark Reddy would be my left fielder. Reedy, sorry.
I'm shocked you didn't choose Richie.
I think I would have Pedro Serrano as my my left fielder. I would do Roy Hobbs in right, and then May Mortabito in center field.
Are you going Voodoo Serrano, or are you going Buddhist Serrano?
I forget which one's more successful. I know that
that's not the question we asked.
Yeah, that's not the point. That's the question. He can't hit.
You drafted your team. You tell us what he is.
And then I'll tell you why.
I'm gonna go with Voodoo Serrano because I actually like the Voodoo Serrano.
Well, I would say Buddha Serrano if you had Tanaka on your team, because Tanaka, pretty much, that's like the funniest scenes when he's sitting there, and he's telling me he has no balls. Then so he gets out there, hits a dinger, and he's just sitting there like, Serrano's doing it. If you had that Tanaka on your team, I could say Buddha.
Okay.
But you're going with Buddha one where he hits a stinking bird in midair and runs out to center field. You imagine Jimmy Dugan would be effing pissed if somebody did something stupid like that.
Here's my next question too for this. Both of you to kind of think about it is, how do you think that your manager would bond with the team that you have? I know you got Lou Brown, Dane, for your manager from Major League. He's a pretty laid back guy. He also, bunch of degenerates on his team, bunch of people from different. I'm just saying in the movie itself, not saying
it's very convenient for my team. Yes, I understand.
Yes.
I think this is George Knox's dream team at this point. Because remember, in the movie, he's so pissed with most of his staff. And you only realize there's only 2 players I chose from Angels in the outfield.
Mhm.
2 pitchers. Even though Whit Bass he doesn't care for, he can throw the ball, and he can do really well at it. Mel Clark, he doesn't have a good relationship, but like I said, he does get that later on. But everybody else, I think he would be happy with. I think it's one of those things that could lead to a pennant. It's one of those things. I feel, hey, you know what? It's good to be optimistic, okay? But okay, he's got Ray. Ray's one of his best players. Actually, I did take Ray Mitchell from Angels in the outfield as my third. But and he's one of the best players on the team. That's what I said. At least I didn't choose Hemmerling, having the fans yell at me.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Dane?
I think you hit it pretty nailed. It's the same team he kind of managed in the movie. It's a diverse team, craziness. I think he's gonna fit well into the management on this one. I feel like I drafted the team he does well with. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of what I went for.
Can I be honest though? I think Dottie would actually take over. He does Jimmy Dugan.
That's that's what that's what I'm saying. I chose Dottie for the whole reason how well she is. But yeah, I feel like Lou Brown just being involved, Black's team. I'm being honest. I don't think we're making any kind of playoff runs for anything. We're just going straight 500. I'm just telling you, we're breaking records. We're going for scoreboard, light up the
Right.
scoreboard, and we're just gonna destroy teams that have bad outfields, like Brandon's.
Wow.
3 of my 4 infielders are League of Their Own players, and by the end of that movie, it's a solid relationship, and I would think about it towards, the better part of the season, you're gonna start having this relationship bonding with Jimmy Dugan, Helen Haley, Marla Hooch, Ellen Gottlander, and Kit Keller, right? You got those 4 key players right there. A couple questions I would have is what is the relationship between Jimmy Dugan and Ricky Vaughn going to look like?
It's gonna be terrible.
And then my next one too is also the relationship between Jimmy Dugan and Roger Dorn, with Roger Dorn making so many mistakes.
He would do what he did as a kid and throw him in the shower.
Did anyone pick? I was just thinking about this. Did anyone pick Doris Murphy for a third baseman?
No,
Wow, she went undrafted.
like because that's what
Dude,
you had.
Doris Murphy. Oh,
Yeah,
yep.
Dane had. Yeah.
drafted.
You had Roger.
I
Dorn.
drafted early. I didn't.
I was.
I literally scrolled through it, and I was like, I really just messed up my
Like,
third
I'll tell you
baseman.
right now, Pat. If you had to release somebody, I would release Roger Dorn.
Yeah, and she
and I
would be
would
my
pick Doris.
secondary third baseman.
I'd pick up
Yeah.
Doris.
I think, and my next thing too for everyone is I'd say, for a baseball team, I think you need a good captain. You need a good leader on the team. If you had to pick a captain for your team, who would be the captain?
I think I've already stated mine.
I guess you can make let's do hockey. Let's do a captain and an assistant captain.
Okay, I would say because obviously my captain's gonna be my catcher, Dottie. I've stated it pretty well.
Okay.
She's
No,
well
that's a
diverse, so
solid captain.
I'd say come back to me. Let me look at my list here. Actually, you know what? My assistant captain would be Chet.
Okay.
I would go Chet with my assistant manager to Dottie.
Okay.
Those would be my 2. Looking at my, I don't know why I didn't take any longer than that. Chet would be right there.
So for mine, I'm gonna go with Benny the Jet Rodriguez as my captain. It's easy, and you know what? Frankly, he is a leader. He can lead a team. We've seen it. And my assistant would probably be. It's between Crash Davis and Lou Collins.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna go with Lou Collins because he's solid. Crash Davis does go around from team to team at points, but he's analytical.
Mhm.
But even then, I don't think that's enough to lead a team the way this team needs to be led. I think it's going to be Lou Collins and Benny the Jet Rodriguez is going to be my captain and assistant.
Pretty good right there. I like that. I think I think I would pick for my captain. I would pick Jake Taylor as my captain.
Okay.
My assistant captain. I think I would actually take an infielder just to kind of keep the infield and some of the field stable throughout the game. I'm gonna go with Marla Hooch as my assistant captain. I think she would be really good. Especially a second baseman right in the middle of the field, right in the middle of the infield. You have that perspective of what can go wrong and what can happen. Yeah, that would be my assistant captain. I think that's
Now, the last thing I want to ask too, were there players that almost got drafted on your teams?
I mean, do you want me just to say all the ones that Dane took? I mean,
I'm kind of curious. Were there, because there were some on your team, Pat, that you took from me too,
yeah.
and Dane took a
I'll-
couple from me as
I'll
well.
go with actually. So what I did was, I guess I kind of went out of this order just a tad. But when I originally wrote up my list for my 14 spots, um, I had Donnie Hinson going as my 6th pick.
Wow.
That's how I had it. But realistically, I wasn't going to take Roger Dorn over Dottie Hinson either, and I had Roger Dorn at 4. That was just, I think what I got scared with of the third baseman was there wasn't many third basemen to choose from, and now that we know we left Doris Murphy on the table, I'm shooting. I'm shooting myself in the
Shooting
foot.
myself as well. Yeah. Same.
Yeah. So, I just thought I saw Roger Dorn, and I'm like, man, that's just a third baseman. I mean, it's Roger Dorn. He took Donnie Henson. I did have Stan Ross as one of my first picks I wanted. I was gonna actually make him a first baseman. And make Gus Matthews my DH originally. That's what I had planned in the long run. And then I believe I think Brandon, you did take Steve Nebraska.
Yes, I did.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did have Steve
no.
Nebraska as my final relief pitcher. So that's pretty much. And then Tanner Boyle. Dane took Tanner Boyle from me. That was another pick. I didn't have him too high on the list. I kind of had him 9th out of 14th. I think my first priorities were getting some solid pitching in Ricky Vaughn and Billy Chappell. I think that was my
Did
goal.
you draft a shortstop early? Because shortstop was my very last pick.
Shortstop was like my second pick.
Yeah, shortstop and first base were my last 2 picks.
What was my second? Oh, my first and second were my last picks. Maybe I stopped doing the order halfway
Because
through.
you had first and second were your last 2 that you had to fill. You had the same picks for your. I had the same ones.
Yeah, relief second. That's remember now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, I did get a good steal at short there.
Looking back on it too, if I would have picked Doris Murphy, I would have had all league of their own infielders. The
Yeah.
whole and then a center fielder as well.
Yeah, you wouldn't have all the infielders because one of them is not. You had a catcher. You have Jake Taylor.
Not from league of their own. No, I'm saying all my infield, like well, I guess you would count catcher as an infield position. I just don't.
That's what you did in the rules. The catcher was part of the infield. So that's
Yeah.
cool. I'll have to go with him on this one.
So, what was it? What about you, Dame? Were there people that you almost picked up instead of the ones you did go with?
I want to be honest. I was kind of a little handicapped by I only went with the movies I remembered very well and the players they went with. But I will say after the second round, when we started going a little bit faster in the picks, I was like, damn, I missed out on this person. The one I was very upset and I thought I was getting the steal was Rookie of the Year. I thought I was getting him late. I thought
Pat took him like a
took him-
third or fourth round.
Yeah, I remember someone said a pitcher early on. I thought I heard his name and I was like, I'm gonna take a chance, but the backup I want was Chet. So I was like, this will work perfect.
The
Just
veteran.
gonna ask. Yep, that's really why I was like the veteran backup and go from there. But yeah, I would say looking back at it, maybe I shouldn't have drafted so much Sandlot, but it is what it is. It was a great movie for me, and I think all of them grow up to be great athletes.
If you did an assistant manager, you want me to tell you who you should have went with? Buttermaker from Bad News Bears had the assistant with Lou Brown.
Trying to stay somewhat winning. Like I've said before, I don't think this team's going more than 500. This is being honest. I ain't got the outfield. Not at all.
Hey, better than the Oakland A's this year, right?
Fair enough. Very, very good valid points.
Now you're just attacking me, man.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm gonna go over the ones that you guys took from me too. I was toying with Gus Matthews as well as my DH.
Yeah.
Dottie Hinson was gonna be my second pick. If Dottie Hinson went to the second round, I was gonna pick her. And then the sad thing is, I leave one of my other players on the board, which was Benny the Jet Rodriguez. So,
I think Dottie Hinson is one of the best players in the draft.
But I'm not mad with the catcher I got though. I got Crash Davis. He's analytical. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So, what was the other ones I did? I almost had Squints too. I almost said screw it. I'm going with Squints.
I'm gonna be honest, like when I saw Squints, I was like, That movie was so good. I know he's not the best. He's a very bad, huge liability for me out there. Clearly, we see it. But I was like, you know what? Just gotta,
He's smooth with the ladies. We got this.
yeah, just gotta try. You never know. You get that kiss.
Pat stole Kit Keller from me. That was going to be one of my. I was going to choose her as a relief. I was not going to choose her as a starting.
I'm gonna be honest. Going into this, I was thinking a lot of Sandlot, League of Their Owns, Major Leagues.
I
But
think it would.
I only got one
Major.
Major Leagues, or sorry, a League of Their Own.
Yeah.
And you
I
only
think
got really one player from
Major
Major.
Leagues.
The
Yeah, I
major.
know. That's what I'm saying. When I came into this, I had planned for the movies I'd seen, and then I was like, I started looking at the list.
That's why I said like, what was it? The other one that Pat took from me was Ellen Sue. I was going to put her as a utility and make her.
Oh, Gotlander. Yeah.
I
She was honestly my last pick.
Roy Hobbs I toyed with, but then that's when I went with Bobby Rayburn because I said, screw it. I'll try to put Hobbs as a DH.
Yeah.
And, but then Jack Parkman was still on there. I said, I'll take him instead. That's fine. And the other ones I toyed with, I almost went with Bowers from Little Big League. Probably one of the best relief pitchers in all movies. What else did I almost go with? Ben Williams, Matthew McConaughey from Angels in the Outfield. If we went with utility players or backups, I would have went with him. Doris was another one I toyed with, and what else did I have? I know this is going to sound really stupid, but I'm going to say it. Ryan Dunn from Summer Catch was going to be my relief pitcher if I didn't go with Wet Bass. Because I had a feeling it's like, is Pat going to choose Wet Bass on me?
Wet Bass was on my list, but I mean, I also thought that, another thing too is I think Dane would have been smart in drafting Kit Keller. That you have Dottie Hinson. I think that pitcher catcher combo would have been pretty elite.
But they had that sisterly rivalry too, dude. I don't
I was
think
like, didn't
maybe it
she
would've
get?
been a little
They
unstable.
fought so much.
Lou
It's
Brown.
like with
Lou Brown would be like, I'm out of this. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this.
yeah. No, I got Ricky Vaughn and Jake Taylor. That's a solid tandem right there. What about you, Brandon? What do you think about your pitcher catcher combo? Do you have a good match, you think?
Mel Clark and Crash Davis, they're two veterans. So I don't think they would be too bothered. They would know each other enough. Steve Nebraska, I think, would be good with Crash Davis. I think having that analytical experience with a rookie.
Yeah.
Great. Betty Spaghetti and Wet Bass, same thing. I think Crash Davis would be great for both of them. I'm glad I went with Crash Davis at this point. If I didn't and Dottie stayed on, I would probably went with Dottie and she would probably did the same exact thing. She's more analytical, just like Crash Davis is. Jake Taylor, I think out of the three counters, he's the least analytical. He's not really paying attention to the pitchers. He's just doing his job. But then he learns in Major League 2, he's going to have to become a manager.
Yeah.
So that's why I think you saw me put manager next to him because you could have went with him as a manager.
Good. That's another thing too. I know you had talked about, players that we missed out on. Another manager I was actually thinking of toying with was Morris Buttermaker from the Bad News Bears. I had really thought about that. I'm like, man, do I want Jimmy Duke? Because I was planning for Jimmy Dugan to possibly, after I picked that third pick, when we first started this, I really thought that, Jimmy Dugan might be gone by the time it gets to me. So if he does get taken, I'm taking Morris Buttermaker. Said it backwards.
I think this is a good way to end the podcast. As always, thank you, Dane, for joining us and drafting the best team on the list. Now,
Thank you. I know. Thank you for admitting that. We all heard it.
Definitely gonna get Dane back on too at some point. We'll think maybe a watch along.
Yeah, we'll do a watch along with him.
I will gladly do a watch along.
Check us out on all social medias on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. What was it? Just for Flix. But I'm turning back over to Patty B to end this.
Yeah. Thank you guys for everything. And as always, just remember, we do it just for Flix.